The gym is not going to solve all your problems. Let me say that again. The gym is not going to solve all your problems. There's a very popular YouTube Shorts, TikTok thing that I saw. I see it all the time, to be honest. And it's of Tom Platz, who's like quite a famous bodybuilder. And he's talking about how he got his heart broken very close to one of the Mr. Olympia competitions. Basically his wife cheated on him, or his fiance or whatever it was, cheated on him. And this interview that has sort of been edited into a little YouTube short is just him saying, I was just so heartbroken, I just put all my energy into the next Mr. Olympia, and you know, I just took all that anger and put it into something good. And this is obviously a very inspiring story, isn't it? You know, someone got a negative thing happen to them, and they solved it by discipline and you know, they put that negative energy into something good and their achievements, and they became they got sort of success off that in that next competition. But I don't know, I see that and I just think I'm not terribly impressed by it, to be honest. Because, you know, perhaps this is just I don't really think bodybuilding's that great anyway, but I just think, like, you know, you're already quite a good bodybuilder as it was, you know. It's like, I'm not very impressed by it. I just think, okay, you just got freakishly large legs, and that's about it. It's like, what have you really done to solve the problem? You know, who's to say that what's happened in that scenario where the guy's got heartbroken and then put it into his gym, what's it really, in the long term, like, you know, he's not really done anything to stop that from happening again, you know? And, you know, he hasn't really done the introspection, he hasn't worked out what's gone wrong with the girl he was with and how he's going to stop that from happening again. And look, I'm not trying to sort of rip into Tom Platz, because obviously he's a very inspirational guy, lots of people really like him, you know, but I just think I see this all the time, like, it's such a common thing of people going to the gym and after they get their heart broken, it's like a positive thing. But I don't know, I think there's a darker side to this, that this TikTok about Tom Platz just really got me thinking. And I think the key thing with the gym is to just take it for what it is. And I would say going to the gym or physical fitness in general will improve your life remarkably. I'd say it would improve if you go to the gym every day, that probably improves your life about 10%. Or, you know, it's a rough guess. Maybe it's a little bit less, maybe it's a little bit more, but it's something like that. You know, if you go to the gym every day, you get nice dopamine hits, you know, you feel like you've done something, you get stronger, you look better, you look a little bit more intimidating, people respect you a little bit more, you're more physically capable. You know, if you get into a fight, you're more likely to come out on top, you know, all these kind of things. Loads of great benefits to the gym. But it doesn't solve everything, guys. It's not going to solve all your life. And you have to get to a stage where you got to think about these things with more complexity. There's more to it. There's more to improving your life than just going to the gym. And I think the way you should go about it is just think in terms of percentages. So, you know, going to the gym, that's probably makes your life 10% happier, you know. But, you know, if you journal, get your thoughts straight, find a path for your life, that's probably another 10%. You know, it's not to say that, I think the problem with self-improvement nowadays is it's just constantly like, this thing will solve your life, this thing will solve your life, you know. But it's just all of it together, you know. Bit of journaling, bit of meditation, bit of the gym, bit of, you know, bit of making money, but you don't have to become a millionaire, you know, bits of meditation, a bit of spirituality, but you don't have to become a priest. It's just little bits, just, slowly add bit by bit, and small incremental steps will make your life better. No one thing can do everything for you. That's what I'm trying to get at. And it's just, the thing with the gym is you can just get in a very vicious cycle with it, where it's just, you have to train really hard every day to get that dopamine hit, and you just have to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and you're dieting ridiculously, you're taking loads of pre-workout before your session, you're not really seeing your friends, like, negative things begin to leak into a positive thing like going to the gym, and you have to be wary of that, and you have to put roadblocks into when's enough's enough. Similarly, journaling. It's great to journal, really important to get your thoughts on a piece of paper, but you can't spend every second of every day with a pad and paper writing down your thoughts, because eventually you're just going to piss yourself off by how many thoughts you have. The gym's no different, guys. The gym's no different. You have to have quite a nuanced relationship, and this is really the secret of life, is to just take everything with the balance that it's needed, just push on open doors, it's happened to me, which is why I'm kind of so, I want to say something about it. What happened to me is that I started going to the gym and that improved my life, let's say 10%. But then I doubled the amount of time I was spending on it. I started calorie tracking, I started going for longer, and I didn't get the same results. It wasn't another 10% increase in my life, in my quality of life. Maybe it was something like a 2 to 5% increase, And then I'm thinking hang on a minute, this isn't increasing as much as I thought it would. I'm not getting double, I'm not getting rewarded for the amount of effort I'm putting in, And so then I feel bad about myself, and then I pressure myself to double down on it even more, I'm starting to just stuff my face all the time, and I can't concentrate on my uni work, but I'm still I just have to keep doubling down on the gym, putting in more and more and more effort, and then I'm getting, but with everything you do, the more effort you put in, the less you get out, and that's fine if you're really trying to focus in on something really important, those tiny margins are where the differences are made, the fastest runner, Usain Bolt, the second fastest runner is only a tiny bit faster than Usain Bolt, so in that example, that makes all the difference. But in terms of most people's life, they don't realise that when it comes to benefiting your life, there's a sort of point where you get a decent amount of results from it, and the more you do, it doesn't mean it's not going to solve more problems, it's going to solve the same problems a little bit more, but still not very much, And that's the thing I was on with the gyms. I was just constantly expecting the gym to solve the rest of my problems, I started going to the gym, I was happier, I was more productive, I was in good shape, I felt more confident, but then I just kept going more and more and more, thinking, right, all these other problems in my life, it solved all of this, it's got to solve all these things as well, and just constantly expecting something out of the gym that I was never going to get. And it just ends up just nightmare, and then the whole thing just explodes in your face. And it's funny because I don't want to devalue how important exercise is. But I've actually found that scaling back the amount I go to the gym, and even scaling back the amount of effort I put into my sessions, or certainly the amount of time I spend in the gym, the best of my life is actually, in general, because the other problems in my life, I have more time to think about. So, I've got more mental energy that I can put into my other problems. And that's really the key, guys. Just don't get in this trap of just being a depressed gym guy who he comes home and he just eats porridge and chicken and goes on TikTok for 5 hours, then goes to sleep, and then just does it again, drinks massive pre-workout in the morning. It sounds like I'm kind of exaggerating, but that's kind of the image I've been sold about the gym, and having lived a bit of that life myself, you know, like, I feel like I can say this. I can say like it's a train that, unless you really want to be a pro bodybuilder, or you know, unless muscle hypertrophy is really important to you, you just don't need to go down there. You know, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. That lifestyle, just like a sad gym lifestyle, which so many men seem to fall into because they don't realise that there are other ways to solve your problems. So, anyway, guys, I hope this made sense. Yeah, it's really important to get the balance right, I think. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.